Thanks, Christine. When we think of technology or internet businesses, the first companies that come to mind are Google or Microsoft or AOL. Or when we think about telecommunications and connectivity, we may conjure up images of Verizon, AT&T, or even Time Warner. But not all telecom and broadband providers are huge, faceless, remote companies. In rural states, such as Maine, small independent telecom and broadband companies fill a very important niche that's often overlooked or ignored by the giant firms. We're fortunate to have one of those small independent communications firms with us today. Larry Steers is CEO and board chairman of Unitech, located in Unity, Maine. Thanks for being here today, Larry.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you taking the time. We have just a few minutes, but we want to talk about what I think is a really interesting and unique business that you have right here in Waldo County in particular. Unitech, Unitel, Unicom, Blue Streak, that's a lot of moving parts there. Tell us about it. How do they all go together?
Well, we started out as a what we call a local telephone company, an independent telephone company. Independent only meaning that we were never part of the Bell system. In this region, that would be 9X or Verizon or Bell Atlantic. Our company is about 105 years old, and again, we started out providing local telecom service. And over time, as we wanted to grow the company and we knew we wanted to develop in new technologies, particularly internet, broadband internet, and wireless technologies, we'd had to create a number of different corporate structures to allow that to happen. And so that's what we've done and have been doing for about the last 12 years.
So how many employees are we talking about?
We have about 32 employees at our telephone company. We have another 30 employees that operate our paging company, which is located in Westbrook, Maine.
Okay, and the telephone company operates out of where?
Unity.
And what's your region? What do you cover?
We serve 13 communities, about 280 square miles, and in that area, we count our customers as access lines, we call them, and in that area we have about 4,700. So if my math is right, we're running a little under 17 customers per square mile, which is a fairly undense population to serve.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, and that's part of the issue. I mean, we're a rural state, and this is a pretty remote area that, that you deal with.
That's right.
Tell me about the broadband part of this.
We made a decision about 10 years ago when the internet business was starting to pick up. It came in, as you recall, maybe as dial-up, that probably wasn't going to last very long. The speed with which we went from no internet to dial-up and now to broadband, and that is still increasing, is just phenomenal. So about 10 years ago, we started making investment in network to be able to accommodate broader and broader pipes, broadband internet, if you will, to both residential and business customers. So that investment included a significant investment in not only DSL is our technology, DSL equipment, but also fiber optic cable throughout our service area so that we could deliver that broadband internet very, very quickly.
But what about wireless?
The wireless aspect of it we've chosen as another venture, and we're doing that outside right now of our telecom footprint. Right now we're experimenting with wireless technology in Belfast and surrounding communities there. And we're doing that strictly as a broadband internet service. That's all we're offering today. Blue Streak is the name of that operation. And we've got about 120 customers or so that we're currently servicing there using a combination of licensed and unlicensed spectrum. Our intention is to overbuild that network with a fiber optic network and provide faster broadband internet services and other telecom services as well.
I happen to know there are some very happy people in Northport. They couldn't. They're saying, "Thank God you came along." They finally got away from dial-up, and they can actually access the world. What about the infrastructure? I mean, you talked about the pipes and the fibers, that kind of thing. Do you have what you need, or can you even do that here?
Yeah, we have what we need. I think we do have a unique circumstance. You know, you started out talking about how we were a small company. That has its advantages. One of the advantages is that we have the decision-making power. We communicate directly with our shareholders who agree with our strategy of reinvesting corporate profits into the network and into our employees. Those are our two major investments right now, which we feel we have to do in order to be able to compete. The other thing that we do is we make it our mission to deliver to our customers the same services that are available to you if you live in Camden, Portland, Bangor, or Lewiston, or any of the urban areas. We think it's to our advantage to be able to provide those services, and so we do. So from us, you can buy telephone service, long-distance service, paging, internet, cellular, just about anything you can get at prices that are comparable.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Good, way to go. About cost. I mean, can you compete with the big guys? I mean, Economy 101, Economics 101 says the big guys can offer it at a rate because they've got economies of scale.
Major challenge for us, major challenge. The big guys, as you described them, have some significant advantages. Scale is one of them. We are also, even though we do not control a significant part of the market in the state, we are still a very highly regulated company by both the state, the Maine Public Utilities Commission, and the FCC. Those are challenges as we try to combine the advantages, or at least the perceived advantages, of competition in telecom and public policy issues. Making sure everybody has a phone, making sure everybody can get access to internet. Keeping those two things moving together is a major challenge for us.
I'm very impressed with some of the people I've met that work for you, the workers there. I mean, it's amazing, the technology and the knowledge that they have.
Thank you.
Are you able to get the workers you need? I mean, how about the workforce? Do we have what you need and want? How can we make it better?
We have not experienced a tremendous amount of difficulty finding workers for our business.
Good.
We've been fortunate in that we've gotten folks right out of school, some community or technical college training, some full 4-year degree training. But really the kind of worker we're looking for right now that we're able to find are people who are creative, people who are willing to not adhere to a single job description. The more they're willing to do, the better we like it, because our business is changing constantly. And if we hire you with a job description today, that might not be what we need from you tomorrow. And those are the kind of people that we've been looking for.
Are you finding them here, or are you having to import them in? Are they people wanting to come back?
Finding them here.
Great.
Finding them here. We haven't, let me say that again. We're finding them here, except for some of the folks we've hired are people who were in Maine, left, and have come back. For family reasons mostly.
Yep.
And they come back and we're able to find them, and it's worked out just fine for us.
That's great. Because that's clearly one of our challenges, is how do we get those people back and how do we grow our economy. And part of it is having that skilled workforce, knowledge-based workforce that you're going to really need. Finally, and quickly, we're just about out of time. Tell us what the worst part is of running a communications, telecom, internet type company here in a small rural part of Maine, and what's the best part too?
Well, the worst part is something I alluded to before. The public policy issues that exist today in the form of regulation and statute that say we want everyone to have universal service while you're trying to implement a competitive marketplace in telecom is something that's difficult for us. It's a very, very big challenge. Yep. The best part, to be honest with you, is I've been in this business a very long time, and the best part for me is the people I work with. I've learned so much from them. And we've got a great bunch of employees who really step up and compete with people like Time Warner and Verizon, and that's the best part by far. Great.
Well, thanks for being here. I really appreciate
pleasure.
taking the time, and I promise I'm coming out to Unity. In fact, we're bringing our organization out there to have a meeting in your area, so we want to learn more about your company. And
please stop in and see us.
We're going to do that.
Great.
So thanks again.
My pleasure.
We're going to take a quick brief break to recognize some of our sponsors that make KWRED TV possible. Then we'll be right back with our Mid-Mag Minute, our creative economy update. So stay tuned.